I usually play D'Addario strings, D'Addario EXP, lights or mediums, depending on what I was wanting out of sound, had been my go-to for years. But this Christmas season, whenever my family was going through the obligatory, what do you want? And I'm just saying, get me guitar strings and guitar picks, I went online to, give links of what I play, and I noticed that D'Addario does not make EXPs anymore. Their new string is D'Addario XT. These are the, I guess, equivalency of what their EXP line was. This is Phosphor Bronze, Extended Life, and Natural Feel is what it says on the case. Now, in Google searching and YouTube searching, I haven't found a ton of reviews for their acoustic strings, the XTs. I keep wanting to say EXP, but the XTs. So that's sort of what this video would be. Before I string up my guitar with this, what I've got on here right now, these are old EXPs. So I kind of wanted us to hear a side-by-side of these old strings versus the new strings. And make no mistake, a lot of what we'll be hearing is just really old dead strings versus the brightness of new strings. But I'll also, once I restring it, I want to talk about how these XTs feel compared to what I'm used to playing here with EXP D'Addario EXPs, which has been my go-to for years and years. So here's what my guitar sounds like right now with these old EXPs on it. So those strings are definitely dead. I'm going to go ahead and take these off and put on those new XTs. Okay, so the guitar is restrung. I've got it up to tune. This is literally the first time that I've ever strummed across a guitar with not EXPs, XTs is what these are called. So again, just restrung with D'Addario XT Phosphor Bronze coated strings that claim to be with a natural feel and extended life. I haven't even cut the excess off the top of these strings yet. You can see it's still all that excess string on top. So here's the very first strum. Just want to see what it sounds like. My first thoughts is that it is pretty bright, which any guitar that has just been restrung is going to be pretty bright. I will say that as I was restringing it, my initial impression of the feel of the strings, like how they feel on my fingers, is I really like how they feel. They don't feel slippery like some coated strings do. There's enough tact to them or tackiness rather. There's kind of enough tack to them, not tact, but tack to them, that whenever I grab them, I can feel my finger landing into the string and I don't feel like it's about to slip and fall off the fret. So there's just enough of that grittiness to it. just enough of that grittiness to it that I really like the way the strings feel. So let me get the tops cut off of these strings and make sure that it's kind of in tune, and then I'll play a little bit so that you can hear what it sounds like freshly restrung and compare a little bit side by side from now to early in the video whenever you heard it with those EXPs, those old EXPs on it. Okay, I've got the tops cut off of the strings. It's tuned back up. After playing a little bit more, I definitely like the way the strings feel. I like the way the strings sound. They seem to me to have a nice, even, rounded tone. I think right out of the box they're a bit brighter than I was expecting, but you know, that brightness will not last on a new set of strings for very long. So let me just go through and play some of the stuff that I was playing before I restrung so that you can get a comparison. Alright, final thoughts as I've just played through that. Whenever I was really digging into the strings, I could feel the bass coming out of the back of my guitar, which probably says just as much, or really says more about this Collings than it does the strings, but I like the response that I'm getting out of these strings. They're good for full strummy sound, which is what I usually do, just kind of full, big, open strummed chords. like the way they feel. I like the way that they sound. I'll definitely keep playing these XTs unless, they're dead within 3 days, which I can't imagine they would be.